Okay. Hello and welcome to the Creative Chronicles Podcast, your weekly entertainment fix and behind the scenes thing podcast. Hi, I'm Becca.
And I'm Romy.
Yes, welcome. This is exciting. We've released our first episode.
Yes. Like, subscribe. We've got a bit of a momentum going.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it. Keep going.
Got good feedback, so thank you very much.
We're closer together, if you can tell.
Hello.
So hopefully you feel part of the conversation.
Hi.
We can touch
We can
each
touch
other.
each other now.
Yeah. So hopefully you guys feel a bit more included in the conversation and not like, what was it, head of the table?
Yes.
Boardroom vibes. We didn't mean to give that.
Sorry.
We want you to be here.
Sorry about that.
And the aim is next year we'll actually be having guests.
Yes.
Want to bring some of you losers on to come talk to us.
Get in, loser.
Get in, loser. We're podcasting.
I know. Oh my God.
Happening. So yeah.
Right.
What have you been watching?
I have been watching, this is kind of going to link to a later episode, but I've just binged The Long Shadow. Oh, bloody hell, it was intense. At first I was sat there and I was like, these Yorkshire accents are shit. Until Toby Jones comes on.
What's The Long Shadow?
It's about the Yorkshire Ripper.
Oh my god, the new one. I've not watched it. How is it?
It's really good.
With shit Yorkshire accent.
Well, it's only because I was like, you're not from Yorkshire, you're not from Yorkshire. I don't know where you're from. But then, it's Toby Jones, isn't it?
Yeah.
Small dude. He sounds great.
Yeah.
Perfect. But one was like, hey, love, go and put this in jukebox and put the song on. And I was like, you're definitely from down south.
Which, I'm going to look up the filmography, because if it's true, I'm going to be a bit like, there are so many talented northern actors.
And what's really annoying is that they film in like a disused like building 2 minutes from my house. Which is really annoying. They filmed, what was the...
Oh, they filmed the Marvel one in Halifax.
Well, they filmed that in Halifax, but they filmed the train robbery one, when they did the coppers, and then they did
Was
the...
that Keighley?
I don't know. I don't know where it actually took place, but the police headquarters is in the building that is right near me. And I'm just like, I had an agent then. Why didn't I get cast in it?
I find this sometimes when you see things and you're like, it's been filmed near me. Some stuff's been filmed in Wakefield, and I'm thinking, where is this casting? Where is it put? Because even like extra work, you're thinking, why are you not getting people local?
I know.
You know, and I know people who people I've dated who live in London who've been paid an extortionate rate to come up and film.
You're not northern.
And I'm like,
leave us alone.
Fine. But when you've got such specific accents, like a northern accent, like a Scottish, or
and it was
very
all
strong.
like, it was all based Leeds, Bradford. I also didn't know that he murdered people in Huddersfield and Manchester and Halifax, because I'm a bit morbid when it comes to all that. So I watched like 3 episodes and then Googled it. It's probably in really bad taste, so I apologise. But I was just like, where were the victims found? And I was like, some were right near where I used to live in Leeds, and then some are like all around here, like near Bradford and Halifax. And I was just like, so it gave me nightmares. But the story was really like the actual story that was made up, because they obviously elaborated. Yeah. Very good. Right. I didn't really know, I couldn't tell the difference between what was the fact and what was the dramatised version.
The fiction part,
which is good, but I don't know how accurate some of it was.
Yeah, it's difficult when you want to make a fiction based on something that's factual, because you'll have audiences that will believe that because they know it's based on a real person. So it's like, where do you draw the line? You'll have other people that are angry when they're like, that didn't happen, especially for such a touchy subject for the North, because my auntie, her ex-husband at the time, worked with him, the police officer. He was in the police force. God. And one of them, who is in the documentary, who said it was Peter Sutcliffe from the beginning, they didn't believe him.
That's the it's really infuriating. The thing that I came away with it from like watching it was the police were adamant, and then after that tape that they got sent in, he's from the northeast, he's from Sunderland, and just completely oblivious to everyone else. Like, Peter Sutcliffe was arrested with a hammer before it kind of all kicked off, and I'm just like, and then they're just so ready to dismiss, and obviously I know a lot of it was dramatised, but they were so ready to dismiss all these women that have been attacked, because I've watched the documentary as well, but we'll talk about that another time. Yes. But they were dismissed if they weren't cut, if they weren't slashed, but they were hit over the head. Oh, well, you're not a Ripper victim, love, really sorry. And it's just like, and it just infuriated me so much watching that. And obviously, I've already watched the documentary, which really annoyed me.
Yeah.
In terms of how it was dealt and how they did it. But my God, it's worth a watch. So that's what I've been watching.
Yeah, it's on my list. Like I said, it's really popular amongst Northerners, isn't it, for our story and our history. So to see a dramatisation of it, I'm excited for.
It's really good.
Like the one that David Tennant did with Nielsen.
Oh God, yeah.
That was a great dramatisation. I was like, brilliant. I love this. Bring it on.
That was intense.
It was intense as hell.
Oh God, he was so like him as well. I was like, oh, it's creepy.
Throw that man Oscars, like, at his face.
I know.
Just throw them at his face, man.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh God. Anyway, what have you been watching?
Mine is wild. So I reviewed a documentary called Escaping Twin Flame Universe. Escaping Twin. There's one on Amazon and there's one on Netflix, and I don't think it's the same, but I think it's based on the same subject.
Okay.
So you had a journalist looking into this twin flames universe.
Yes.
And specifically a couple on YouTube who use twin flame to get subscribers, basically create an online love cult.
Bloody hell.
So what was so interesting about this documentary is, you know, you think to yourself, online love cult, they're going to be American, they're going to be weird. No, you had Brits in this who are people. It could be me, okay? I'm single, I'm 31, struggling to find a partner, dating apps are shite. Yeah. So what do? Maybe start Googling things like, what is a soulmate? What is this? And then twin flames comes up, which is more than a soulmate.
So twin flames, is that when you were like destined to be?
Yes.
Right, okay.
So this couple, claim that they hear from God who your twin flame is.
Okay.
And they help you find your twin flame.
Right.
Cute. Whatever. It gets serious where they then use this. So, for example, I come up to you.
Yeah.
Dylan O'Brien is definitely my twin flame. Okay, Zac Efron is also I've got a lot of twin flames.
Okay.
And you go stalk him, Romy. Yes, God has told me. Yes, he is. You go get him. Go into his house. Beat him. Bring him to you. Some of these girls have restraining orders because this couple have sort of manipulated them into thinking that, yeah, that guy that you saw in the street, your ex, whoever, is your twin flame. So you go get them. One of these girls met this guy. He's been married 18 years and has children, but they were convincing her that he was her twin flame.
So they're really fully going for it. So even if they're with someone else, that's who you're
really no logic. So when I was watching it, I was thinking, right, okay, how much do they pay? So obviously they pay to be part of this online community.
Oh, my God.
And then what they did is they then got them to recruit for them.
Yeah.
But these people, I don't know if they were like multimillionaires. The journalist did manage to go to their house.
Right.
But in the house, there was like couples that were part of the twin flame universe that they had paired up, who they were forcing to sort of get along with. And they'd forced two women together and were forcing one of the women to transition and play like a very male masculine role. It gets really deep and confusing.
Just forcing two people that don't really want to be together to be together.
Yeah, because they, God was telling them, and I recommend everybody watch it because it's fascinating. Because, like I said, this feels like it could happen to the average person,
especially if you're really lonely or you really are not 100% stable.
Like one of these girls was broken up with her partner.
Yeah.
She was devastated because she was like, I can't get over him. Why can't I get over him? And then it leads you to, because he's your twin flame. Go get him back. Go get him back. God. And it's like, whoa.
Dude.
And what's even more interesting is these people are still active on YouTube because legally they've not done anything wrong.
But isn't it a cult?
Yeah, but cults happen everywhere. We could argue that, going to church at Christianity is a cult. We can argue what a cult is. Yeah. But they're still on YouTube. So they've got 27,000 subscribers.
Can you watch the videos?
I want to say like us. Yeah, you can watch. You want to watch?
We're the same.
We're the same. You can watch them. I watched one.
And?
Freaky.
Do you want to join it?
Christ, can you imagine? My God. They'll be like, yes, Romy, you go get Zac Efron. You go get him.
And I'm like, fine, already tried.
I keep trying, but he ignores my
my
advances on Twitter.
Well, at least you're not blocked anymore, so that's fine.
No, exactly.
That's so, but no thanks.
But it's a really good documentary. I love
I'm going to watch it.
The fact it was the journalist who wrote the article going through it. And so it's not got like a massive cast. It's not got, loads of things. It's very small and just really intense on this. And I just thought, I can't believe that this exists on YouTube that you can just go view. And yet behind the scenes, they're actually dangerous. I think they're dangerous.
Holy shitballs.
It's not about money. This one is about their perverse sort of...
apart from them paying to be in the cult, what do they even get out of it?
They get a kick out of it, you can tell.
Please don't come for us.
No. I've not mentioned names. You see how I'm not mentioning names? Because that's how scary I think they are.
Oh, Lord.
So go watch the documentary. I just think they're dangerous. But, oh, God, if they come after us now. No!
We're fine with it. You do you.
Go get Zac Efron for me. Yeah, there you go.
John Mayer, thank you. Bye.
So, that brings us to basically today talking about some documentaries.
Yes.
We are going to do an entirely different podcast on true crime documentaries. This one is going to be...
That's my favourite.
Not true crime.
Mine's kind of...
It's hard not to be crime. Because I want to talk about a show which... It's not really documentary.
Okay.
But I've been watching Inside the World's Toughest Prisons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Let's start. Let's go. Right.
Raphael Rowe was convicted at 19 in the UK.
Okay.
Right? For a crime he didn't commit. And spent 12 years in prison until he was freed.
In the UK?
In the UK.
What?
Batshit. He then goes round the prisons around the world and goes into some of the toughest ones, to talk to them, talk about their rehabilitation, see the differences.
Yeah.
And it's not new. These have been going on for years now. They're just on Netflix. And I thought, I'll give this a go. For me, I think he's a great presenter. He's obviously got the right background for it, the right amount of empathy, and isn't scared of going in these prisons because he's like, I've been in one.
Yeah, I've already done it.
So like other presenters might be a bit wary and stuff. He's just sort of like, cool, bro.
Cool, bro.
Cool story, bro.
What are you in for?
Well, yeah. There's only a few where he's genuinely like, I'm uncomfortable.
This person ate their victims, so I'm scared.
Yeah, that kind of... And it's more in the South American prisons that he's like, this is...
Okay. Well, mainly because of the actual prison system, probably.
Yeah. Like, it's just the difference in things. Like, some of them don't even have cells. You've just got, like hundreds of men just in areas and sleeping on the floor and things. And seeing that difference to then, like, Scandinavian prisons.
Yeah.
Who are far more into rehabilitation.
Okay.
But that's also weird. So in Greenland, they take prisoners. I'm talking, like, murderers out hunting. Because they want to rehabilitate them to keep them in society.
But something they're still interested in.
Yeah, literally giving them rifles to go shoot seals. And I'm like, this person killed a human being. He shouldn't be out.
Well, especially because when you're released and you're not allowed to have... Well, I mean, obviously I watch loads of American things. You're not allowed to have, like, guns. You're not allowed to have weapons. You're not supposed to...
Well, I said this. They probably will because that's part of, like, Greenland's economy, and one of their things is it's such a small place that when he gets released he's probably going to be living next to somebody that you know, so they want to keep everybody happy.
Okay, so they're really trying the rehabilitation thing. And I get it.
So it's, for me, it's a really interesting, I'm going to say it's like a documentary series because you're seeing all these different places around the world and how they treat criminals, and it really makes you think about how we do it and the pros and cons that are there, and should we not, and it really mixes with your morals. And that's what I like. I start off and I'm like, hang them all. I'm like, what's the point in taxpayers' money going towards people? Hang them all. Shoot them all. You've got evidence, hang them. Shoot them. Whatever.
If I'm all for, like, not letting them be, like, let out or chance for parole and stuff when they've done something extremely serious. When they're putting people away for, like, drug charges that are non-violent crimes that are, like, kind of the entry-level type things, and they're just putting them away because they need to arrest people, I am totally against that. Yeah. But if someone's, like, murdered all these children, don't let them out.
Exactly. There's evidence. But then I watched this show and then, like, look at that, the presenter, Rowe, he spent 12 years for murder, which he didn't do.
So was he accused of murdering just one person, or was it?
It was a gang that were doing a robbery, and in that robbery they killed someone, and they took him and arrested him and put him
So he was part of the gang?
I think he must have been, or he was in junction with it. And then, after 12 years, he was finally able to clear his name. So yeah, I watch his show and I go from being an absolute bring back hanging, it's good for morale.
Bring back hanging.
Bring it back. You only stopped it like 80 years ago, so what's the big deal? You know, we still did it in the 19th century. So bring it back, to then being like, no, we should rehabilitate people. We should be giving people a chance. We should be trying to make them understand how to be in society, because I look at it and I think it's our failing, isn't it? If some people do these things because they've had a horrible upbringing, they've not been educated properly, that's society's fault.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's not my fault. Nah, but I get it. No, I get it.
See what I mean? So for me, I'm like, it's a great series, and I'm like, people should watch things like that to get a deeper really insight. Yeah, and just to change your opinion sometimes.
Yeah, because like you say, you can just be totally against like any form of rehabilitation, or you can be totally against the death penalty, which is totally fine. Yeah. But yeah, I think it really depends on the crime. Does the punishment fit the crime?
Yeah.
And it's, oh God, it brings up so many different questions.
It does, and I love when documentaries do that.
It's like a challenge of everything that you believe in, or like it's a good discussion point.
Yeah.
Instead of it being like black and white, there's so many grey areas.
Absolutely.
My God.
Yes. Yes.
Bloody hell. Oh, well, I'm going to talk about Tiger King.
Oh, we
Tiger
can't not
King.
mention it.
Tiger King. No, joking.
Joe Exotic.
Joe Exotic.
Baskin.
Carol Baskin. My Lord, if Tiger King hadn't been released when it was released, I don't know how I would have watched it without like the massive hype.
That is true.
Because obviously it came out during, is it the beginning of COVID?
It was. We were like the locked up tigers, weren't we?
God.
We were locked in our houses with only we were like prisoners really, with an hour exercise a day.
Yeah.
Shit.
Within the first 3 months. And so Tiger King was a welcome distraction, if you can call it that. But honestly, I don't think I've ever watched anything like that before. Documentary style. Like obviously it's I kind of classed it at the same vein as like the Louis Theroux stuff. So very shock value. Just a really ridiculous docuseries. But like Joe Exotic is one of the most bizarre people in the world. First of all, keeping like exotic big cats. They're wild animals, guys. So,
but there's more in like homes of America than there is in the wild.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who are these mad bastards?
Why do you want a tiger in your house?
Or a lion or a panther? Why do you want these big Does it make you feel better? Does it make you feel strong?
Does it make you feel like a big man?
Do you feel like a big bitch with some big balls? Is that what it is? Big bitch with your tiger? My God. Like
boss ass bitch with my tiger and my panther. No. I would... I'm scared of like most cats.
I'm scared of my own cat.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, house cats I am scared of at times because unpredictable. I mean, I know dogs are as well, but like cats, they fucking hate you sometimes.
Yeah.
Why would you want a wild animal? Anyway, besides the point. It was just a nice twisty turny like documentary,
and quite sad at some points.
I mean, he's obviously slightly deluded and maybe definitely got some mental health issues.
Yeah.
And it's just a bit like there was so much that was covered, but so much that I wanted to know that was unanswered. So the people that worked for him, someone lost an arm. The young lad that he was seeing shot himself.
Yeah.
But like, as in, they've got footage of that because they did it in the
office. Horrible, wasn't it? It was absolutely horrible.
My Lord. But and then the whole Carol Baskin thing, and that just was bizarre to me. She kept big cats, but she wanted to close Joe Exotic down.
Because he was breeding them and selling them.
Well, yeah, but I was just like, she's just as bad if you're gonna be. Obviously, I know she wasn't breeding, but I bet she was.
They didn't look like they were kept in the best conditions when we were looking around hers as well. So it's sort of like,
I bet she was doing dodgy deals as well, and she might have killed her husband. So,
and it's one of those like, if they're not in the wild, they shouldn't be anywhere else.
Well, exactly.
I don't mind some zoos that are doing it to help keep the
population alive. Yeah, exactly.
Because animals are going extinct because we like to go shoot them, don't we? Because everybody likes to have big balls. and
big balls, big bitch.
Big balls, big bitch, like to go and hurt animal
episode.
Yeah.
Anyway. No, I get it.
And that's it. And I'm like, that's why I think was so fascinating about him, is because he was this absolute batshit redneck Southern American with a feud with a crazy batshit woman American.
Yeah.
Over tigers, but it's also showing everybody that industry. You don't realise that they're putting pup tigers and fleeing them off to Las Vegas for some rich millionaires to
and they're spending millions on them. Yeah, I know, it's absolutely crazy. But the thing is, as soon as it was there, and then obviously it was there a season 2? Was it season 2? Or was there just another kind of like follow on? Anyway, the hype was so big,
massive,
and now everyone's like, oh yeah, I forgot about Tiger King.
Yeah.
Because everyone was just so concentrated on watching and consuming things that were on the telly. Or
that's what we do now, isn't it? We watch something and we absorb it.
Yeah.
We keep it for maybe a week, and then it's the next thing.
And then it just gets shoved out.
But that's what's wrong with the industry. We're churning out so much. I was posting about it, like Martin Scorsese was saying about how filming and the industry isn't about telling stories anymore. Yeah. It's just about making money. Mm-hmm. So you don't have decent content. You put things out so quick that people just, like I said, it's like fast food shopping, isn't it? It's like Hollywood's becoming fast food, and not the ethos of why you're telling a story.
Yeah, there's no longevity really anymore. No. I mean, apart from in documentaries, I guess it's kind of depending on how famous the story is before.
Yeah.
So obviously Tiger King is a new thing that's just happened, but there's so many true crime documentaries. There's so many like planet and like world documentaries.
Oh yeah, space and I like the like history ones. You know, like I Did Cleopatra.
Yeah.
Shit. You know, all these other ones. They're great to watch when they're historically accurate.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like finding facts out about things, like big things that have happened in history.
And something that's so different.
Yeah.
Do we have that in the UK? Do we have some crazy people with crazy animals? Probably, maybe one or two.
Maybe, but they're just, I think when it's American, it's like this big hype.
Well,
it's such a big
big country, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
The one we're going to bring up, which we recommend, is Grizzly Man. Was he American or was he Canadian?
I can't remember. I watched this in like 2012, but it's always been a subject that we've talked about. I watched this like years ago, but it's always brought up
because it's such a good documentary.
It's like, honestly, I find it really creepy watching it.
It's almost got a Blair Witch vibe, where
just all the found footage again. Yeah,
found footage. Yeah. Grizzly Man is a guy that went and lived with bears.
Yeah.
And he used to go sort of in the summers. He used to go seasonally, and he would vlog about it, as we call it modern day.
Yeah, just set
up his camera, vlog about it, and go try and live with these bears.
Yeah,
and they are dangerous big creatures. And he wasn't hunting them, he wasn't hurting them. He was just genuinely trying to live amongst these.
Yeah,
you could tell he loved
himself
them.
into it.
Yeah, like he was trying to be part of their.
And didn't you have the fox? Was it the fox?
Oh yeah, the fox that used to come. So he had a pet fox. His pet fox would come see him and come sit with him, and it was there was almost like a purity to it, where it's not a camera crew following him. It's not
just him
being made in order to get views. This was a guy who was documenting his life.
I know, and he just seemed so like happy being in nature, being with these animals, and then it all fucking went tits up.
Well, obviously you're watching it, waiting for him to be bloody eaten by a bear. Do you remember he took his girlfriend? And it's horrible because you find the footage of him and his girlfriend sort of being ripped apart.
That the audio it's giving me goose. It's probably one of the most like disturbing things.
It is. And it's real. And that's reality. It's like, you keep a tiger in your house and you try to domesticate it and you make it its little pet. But actually in the wild, if you try to go and be with them, it's not going to happen because they are giant ton beasts who are not made.
They're predators.
For humans.
They're hunters. That's how they are born, and that's in their DNA.
Yeah.
They will kill you.
So Grizzly Man, I'm like, is a fantastic documentary to watch.
Yeah, 100%.
We studied it at uni because it's so good, and like I said, none of it's scripted.
No, it's not the fake thing. It's not like, we've seen this shot, let's try and recreate it and get it again. It's literally him with a camcorder. Old school.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it still gives me chills to this day. That audio, horrendous. Yeah. But, I mean, definitely go watch it.
So there was that one, and then the other one we studied. Do you remember? I can't remember the name of it. Heaven forgive me.
Oh God.
And the guy that walked across the road between the two
heights,
the two towers in America.
Yes, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever watch that one?
I didn't watch it. Not very good with heights. It makes me feel a bit
fascinating.
Sick.
And I think that's what I'm sort of missing in the documentary scene at the moment. The documentary scene at the moment is very much like, we have a subject.
Yeah.
We're going to get people in interview rooms and we're going to talk about that subject. Mm-hmm. And it feels very, like Big Brothery, I'm a Celebrity, where you've done something and you go in the room and you go talk.
Which I don't mind when it's a true crime thing, because I think that's a different genre in itself.
But even with true crime, it'd be nice to sort of follow a story through. Mm-hmm. Whilst I feel like we're missing that sometimes. We're missing an actual one-person sort of trick pony thing that they did.
Yeah, I get it.
And I'd love to have something a bit that crazy again.
Yeah, something really fascinating.
Like one fascinating person or... Yeah. One story that is so unbelievable. It's like, when did that happen? How did that happen? Yeah. Even like, I don't know, even that Raphael Rowe, I kind of like, dude, you were in prison for 12 years. What happened?
Well, yeah, why are you not doing your own thing?
Yeah. Or like, because you think like a grizzly bear now would be a nature documentary. They turn it into some sort of like excavation about bears, or they'd make
where he filmed it.
They'd make a political agenda behind it or something. Whilst those older school ones, it was just about a guy with bears or about art. The guy trying to walk across it and be a stunt double. There wasn't any sort of undertones, political undertones or agenda or trying to sell you something or make you do something. I love it. I'm going to be reviewing another documentary. I think it's Morgan Freeman who's going to be the voiceover in the background. All about nature, all about our planet, one of those kind of vibes. Yeah. And I'm like, great, I love it. Uh-huh. How many more of these are we going to have? The world ain't fucking changing that much, pal. Yeah. We've all seen the animals. We've all seen this through, the ones with bloody David Attenborough, Barack Obama.
Yeah.
All Benedict Cumberbatch did one. And
Penguins.
I'm like, literally. And I'm like, there's so much, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
But it feels very much like an agenda of, you have to watch the world and the animals because it's dying.
Because it's dying and it's your fault. So this is how. And then it's on the other side, the world is dying or you're killing yourself, so this is how you fix it.
Yeah. Whilst I would love to maybe follow like a National Geographic photographer, follow 3 of them, spend like a week with them with handheld cameras, see what...
Should we do it? Right, set it up. We can do it. We'll film it. See you later.
I'd love to watch something like that rather than just like, here's an otter. Look at the otter.
Here's a even though I love penguins.
Otters won't be able to live soon if we don't help the dad. I don't know.
Is it?
Water.
Don't help the dad. Help them build a dam. Help them build that bridge.
The water's infected. The poor otters can't swim. I don't know. But it just always feels like there's an agenda.
Is that your otter voice? Help us.
This is how I imagine otters to speak.
Hello.
Is it like Dobby?
Yes, an otter. Dobby is a free elf. Okay, right. Shall we get to our fun and morbid fact?
Yes, fun fact. I'm going to throw it back to I'm a Celeb. So at my friend's house, and he's got one of the stars from I'm a Celeb.
Yes.
And I was like, oh my God, what the hell? Where did you get this from? And he was saying that in the UK one, they filmed for a couple of years in Wales because they couldn't go over to Australia because of COVID.
Yeah.
That actually the set that they were in is plastic.
Huh? So they're not even in the castle.
They're in the castle, but like a made section for them.
Don't touch it. You're not allowed to touch it.
I was just like, what's the point?
Oh, God.
Just put them in a fucking studio then.
Come on, Fort Boyard and all that jazz. They were in there.
Oh my God, put them in Fort Boyard.
Anyway.
Lock them up there.
We can talk about that in the next step, but yeah. Sick. I forgot about that.
I'd love to go on Fort Boyard.
I know, me too.
Bring back Fort Boyard.
Well, yeah, especially if you need some real castle vibes. I can't believe it's fake.
They had tigers as well, didn't they?
Yeah. Bloody hell. Wonder if Joe gave them to him.
Get CGI ones.
Bloody hell.
Do you have a morbid fact?
Well, I kind of have a morbid fact about true crime documentaries, but I'll have some more when we do that again. The Jinx. I don't really know the whole story about how many people he killed, but the guy who ended up being the Jinx, Robert Durst, spoilers, if you watch the documentary, apparently... this is what you've got to be careful, guys, when you're mic'd up and you're doing film and TV work. He went to the bathroom and said, or he was overheard while he was off camera saying, yeah, I killed them all. So he outed himself through the recording because he still had his mic on. And
my God, that's the way to do it.
But he was being interviewed about it. Because obviously it was like, I think it's surrounding his family, and I think his wife went missing.
Oh my God.
Again, this is me not doing my research. But, mate, I'm going to watch that. I'm going to go home and I'm going to watch The Jinx because...
We say that, though. I always say when you're on set as an extra, an essay, whatever, be careful what you say, because those microphones on the actors, on the cameras, they pick every single thing up, so you keep your mouth dumb.
That's actually a really good thing to talk about. We should definitely talk about that at some point. Film and TV etiquette. So yes, don't say anything bad.
Yes, etiquette.
Anyway, right.
Cool.
Another episode done.
Nice. Boom.
Yeah.
Right, guys, remember, like, share, subscribe.
Yes, please.
Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
Subscribe.
If you don't, bad juju.
Yeah.
Bad juju to you, your family, you will all be cursed and barren.
Yeah, but please watch us. Anyway, thank you.
Thanks. Bye.